Hello everybody, welcome to Anton Show. Today is another round of 18 matches. Pain Force versus HeartBroken. These two characters are my creations. So, because, yeah. I don't think I had a very good character to put Pain Force against. So, I guess I would just use my force. Pain Force. From level 1, physical pain, forms. Level 1, physical pain. Level 2, emotional pain. Level 3, pain level decrease. Level 4, painful, which is his maximum amount of pain he can keep. And his maximum power and strength and stuff like that. But since pain is pain hurts you, we have level 5, which is painless. In painless form, he basically just releases all the pain that he's ever stored, that he's been storing, and releases it to create very powerful blows and to make others feel way more pain than he's been doing. That also helps him with having his body back to kind of being normal, because his wounds will still be on his body. Yes, he will still feel them. And his body still has limits to how much pain he can take. But it will be like refreshing himself and being able to absorb more pain again. But usually that doesn't happen because usually in a fight, painless is his last resort due to his body being absolutely destroyed. So, yeah. Powers. More pain you absorb, the weaker you get, but you give more pain to others. Full counter is like Meliodas, when he has his sword and he says full counter. And then when you get hit, you have revenge counter to counter... to give the damage that you have towards your body. So, let's say you have a cut on your arm. You revenge counter that, and they will have a cut in your arm. I don't know if that takes away your cut from your arm, because it's really not my power. It's Meliodas' power, but Pain Force has to be able to use it, because pain. Pain absorption. Giving pain. Painless release. Shape-shifting, which he could shape-shift the black matter, as seen in the Pain Force picture. So one arm has a shield, which can gather up pain when you hit the shield, and also protect him. And spikes, so that he could slash his enemies to create lots of pain. The thing is also pain, right? If he chops off somebody's head, they won't feel pain. The pain would just go away, and he basically just made that person useless to him. So usually he would just knock people out and have pain on them. This force is supposed to be a good force from my side, but you can use it for an evil side depending on who's using the force. Because anyone can use this force. And pain resistance. You can... Again, the whole part... Sorry, I worded that wrong. The reason for his power is pain. If he does not feel it at all, he's not going to have any power. This basically reminds me of the time where there was this villain in The Arrow. He could not feel pain at all. But that was a bad idea because he wouldn't know where he's bleeding. Like, the arrow cut his arteries where, that's where you bleed, right? And he didn't even know he cut the arteries of his legs. He had to move to know. You see what I mean? Like, he tried to move and he just couldn't because, his body still feels the physics of it, but not the pain in it. Speed. Not really known for speed, but does increase with time So the more pain he absorbs, the faster, stronger he gets. Same for all my forces. Amazing reaction speed. So even though he is slower, he can react to everything. It's because, like, pain, right? If he wants the maximum amount of pain, he needs to be a little slower. But he does get faster over time. So he's not going to be super slow, like the turtle. Strength. Made people's minds literally explode with emotions, slice and rip people in half. You could possibly, like, slice metal and stuff like that. I didn't really think about any of that because I was busy doing something. So, yeah. But again, his strength and speed all increase. Smarts. Knows how to manipulate your mind, knows his weaknesses, which is his weaknesses. Like, he can't take too much pain or else, yeah. Changes his fighting style depending on someone's speed. Yeah. So if somebody's faster, he'll mostly go defensive route. If somebody's slower, he will go to the more aggressive style. Weaknesses. Has to feel pain. His body has limits. Storage bracelet doesn't help him much. Works better with other forces. And his emotions can backfire on him. Because he also can use emotional pain. Which he messes around in his head with his thoughts and say bad things towards him. Causing emotional pain. And trauma. I'm sorry to the people in real life that do feel this. We all do, and it's tragic, and yeah. Sorry about that. This is what I meant. So you see this bracelet on my arm? Yeah, well. Pain, it basically just stores pain. You could put energy in it. And you will store it. So the only time he can absolutely use it is when he needs a little bit more pain. He can't use it to replenish himself. So let's say he's like has zero amount of energy. He uses it, but there's a good reason why he has zero amount of energy. Unless he's at the beginning of a fight. He's out of energy because his body can't take anything in. He's done. His body just gave up. Storage bracelet and golden watch. The golden watch and the bracelet. The bracelet is actually another pain reminder. But in reality, in real life, I kind of don't know my lefts and rights, and it's way easier to use a bracelet to tell. Broken heart. Forms 9 broken hearts, heartbreaker, and heart shatterer. Powers. Heartbreak manipulation can just manipulate your heart being broken, and also he manipulates that energy. Blood flow points, which leads to your heart, causing him to be able to make your heart explode, giving him a lot of energy. Shapeshifting gains energy through others' hearts, breaking emotionally or physically, his own heart breaking emotionally or physically, and giving heartbreak energy to someone, then absorbing it again. It gives him times 2 the power, because 2 times 2 times 2. Sorry about that. That was somebody's phone. Yeah. I know 2 is not a big number, but when you have multiple people, it increases by a lot. Speed. Faster than the eye can see. Fast enough to travel to different Earths. In his story, which I didn't write yet, I wrote in my mind, but not physical paper or docs or anything. But in my mental story, he basically was like, I have to make more people hurt. They all deserve to hurt. Because again, his heart got broken because somebody broke up with him. And that's how this form was born. And that's the reason why I created it. This is what I felt at the time, and I'm sorry about that. But I'm better, I promise I'm better. Fast and... Yeah. Oh, man. That's my sister. She's playing stuff. Yeah. Roblox. And she has a YouTube channel, but, yeah. Speed Fast and yeah, I can see. Yeah, he's mainly like... Because, you know, Love Force, right? He's supposed to be the opposite of Love Force, except he would still have a speed because Reverse Flash and Reverse Flash literally still has a speed. That's my excuse. Strength. Breaks hearts physically. He also can have help with his Ninetales. He's not mainly a strength-based character. He's just a speed dude trying to... Yeah, so like the Flash. Anything the Flash can do, he could probably do. Like, for example, punch as hard as a Dwarf Star. Something like that. Smarts. Knows how your blood path flows and works. I was going to say works, but yeah. Target weak points. Ran from his Earth to another Earth to gain more energy. That's smart. And he is an evil mastermind. Weaknesses. Breaking his physical heart is a double-edged sword. Gives him energy, but hurts him in the long run. Too much energy can cause him to blow up. When he absorbs people, heartbroken energy gives him power, but makes others experience love. This can drain his power over time. So his power has to increase faster than the love around him can catch up. That's basically what he was trying to do when he said, I needed more energy to go to a different Earth. But then the love energy will also increase with it, which is difficult, you know? Also, I did have heart surgery, and I feel like my heart is kind of broken already. So, what I mean is, like, I can't run as long as normal people can. So, the winner is... I didn't make the slide, so I'll be back. So, I kind of forgot to explain something before I say who the winner is. I'll explain what I forgot. The forms. Ninetales Heart-Tailed Breaker is basically this character that I created mixed with the Ninetales Fox from Naruto. It also makes sense because my Love Force has a beast that was inspired by two different characters. The main character from Bungo Stray Dogs, he's white tiger form things, inspired it. And Love Potion Pop Fizz also inspired it. But basically, the white tiger is pink instead of white, of course. Heart Shatterer is the last form. Sorry. Heartbreaker. Heartbreaker is basically when he starts to break energy. I'm sorry about my cat. But Heartbreaker energy is what he uses. He breaks hearts way easier, got faster, more serious. Because he's gaining a lot more heartbreaking energy. He loses his tails though, but he does gain the ability to shapeshift his heartbreaking energy and more speed. This form is also the one that basically he was like, I'm going to manipulate your blood flow by hitting the weak points. Heart Shatterer is his last and final form, the form that basically killed him. Yeah. Well, not really kill him. More like, okay, how do I say this? In my mental story, of course, he gained all this energy, right? From two different worlds. And he was like, you know when you like recover from being heartbroken by somebody? He recovered and he was like, what am I doing? And then he released all of this energy to save everybody. Sadly, it gives everybody the ability to have their hearts broken. But everybody's going to have to experience that, because how are we supposed to grow as a person if we don't experience pain? How are we going to get stronger if we don't experience anything bad? You know? That's how us humans evolve, from bad experiences. And that's basically what I was thinking at that time when I blew up all that energy. It didn't kill anyone except for him, because his body couldn't take that much energy. But it did give him a second chance when he went back up to the dead zone. Because I don't know if this character would go to heaven or not. And I can't say the other word. So, the underworld, I guess I could call it, yeah. He did gain a second chance because he learned from his mistakes. And with that, now his love force is a lot more stronger. And so on. Now, for the winner. The winner is Heartbroken Ants. That's his name, but I just shortened it to Heartbroken. Now, the reason is not because of his speed or anything like that. I already stated that Pain Force can and has experience against foes that are faster than him. He does. It's just the reason is this. In my mind, the way I'm going to play this is whoever can cancel each other out the best. Heartbroken Ants can target his blood flow and try and blow up his heart. Right? But Pain will gain that energy towards him and hit him. But he will also gain a strength boost because he just broke his heart. They will both have a great amount of strength boost. And the person, I guess speed does get involved, because the person that, they might both like literally defeat each other, but like All Might and Might Guy. Like All Might and Might Guy, these two will definitely cancel each other out. Right? But I feel like the person that would give the finishing blow the fastest and the first is Heartbroken Ants. Sorry about that. Because even though he does reach his limits, it's not really affecting his body. It's more of like he can release some energy and give it to somebody else and give him some time to finish Pain Force off. Because again, Pain Force has a way worse consequence. Has a way worse consequence than that. Even if he did use any of these forms, which I literally forgot. But Pain Force is from N10's form. So it's the Watch. He got that from the Watch. Power Ranger, he got that from his Morpher. Power Ranger is his weakest form, but it has like two different moves, I guess. So like his finishing move is two different ones. Pain Blow is his final strike. And his last one is, instead of the Morphing Grid destroying right away, He gains a second chance. This can help him trick his enemy. Skeleord Pain Mode. Skeleord Pain Mode again is another weak form, but it's still a pretty cool one. He can create a shield out of the pain energy on his arm, and his sword is pretty powerful, as it can do revenge counter and full counter way better. That's basically what that form is. And Pain Force Ants 10 has a time limit. And can also be paired with other things, but with other aliens from my other watches. But yeah, even after all of that, I feel like this guy even has better forms anyway. And has a better chance. So at the end of the day, they're both going to cancel each other out. Because if somebody else gives somebody else pain in any physical form or mental form, right? They would just keep increasing their power until they have to explode. And the person that had a better benefit was HeartBroken Ants and has a lot more giving power. Giving power. If I were to say Painless form versus his Heart Shatter form, Heart Shatter is basically his peak condition. He's literally going to be fast and unstoppable in that time. Even if Pain Force had an amazing reaction speed. So, the winner of this fight is HeartBroken Ants. Don't have a good day. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.